Welcome to the Common Sense Podcast, where money makes sense.
Welcome to Common Sense. Once again, my name is Patrick Doc Francis, and I'm here with my co-host. Can you see?
Sorry, you kind of fuzzy.
I'm here with my co-host, Alicia. How you doing today?
It's fuzzy. I can't hear anything you're saying.
You can't hear?
Okay, now it's clear.
Okay, cool. Okay, great. So we have a great show today. So how was your holidays? How was the break? We took about a 2-3 week break for Common Sense to regroup and refresh. So how was your break?
It was really good. Had a nice holiday. Did some traveling.
Awesome. So you did some traveling, and that's exactly what we're talking about today. We have a great host on the show. No, not host. We have a great guest coming up on the show, and I would like to go ahead and introduce her. But first, let me tell you a little bit about her. Her name is Brandy Williams. She is the travel business owner of BW Global Destinations, and that's out of Houston. It's based out of Houston, servicing clients and creating lasting memories since June 2018. So it's been a few years. She's been doing her thing. Brandy understands that building strong relationships assists you in anticipating client needs and has a strong background of nearly 18 years with customer service. So that's one of the main things, is providing great customer service and customer service satisfaction and getting those referrals. So without further ado, let me introduce her and bring her to the show.
Hello. Hi. Good evening, everybody. How you doing?
All right. So I'm going to let you kind of take over, Miss Alicia and Brandy. But Brandy, go ahead. I know nobody can introduce you better than yourself. So give us a little bit more background on what you do and how did you get to where you are now?
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for that intro, Pat. Again, my name is Brandy Williams. I'm a travel business owner, and I'm also an independent travel agent under the business name BW Global Destinations. And so I opened my travel agency in June of 2018 because as a single mom, it was often very difficult for me to be able to financially afford to be able to take my son on those much desired vacations. And so now that I have this vessel, we can get away, we can create lasting memories, I can network and meet so many amazing people along the way. And it's just been a nice experience ever since. Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, that I totally feel you on that. I have children too, so I know about all that. So speaking of traveling and budgeting with travel, when is one of the best times of the year to travel or book a flight?
Okay. So I actually believe that it has everything to do with your destination. So if we're going to be traveling inside of the U.S., it's going to depend on the location. For instance, I'll use New York, for example. Well, everyone knows New York is beautiful during the holiday season. So the best time then to travel to New York would probably be more of the winter session. Excuse me, something's in my eye. However, if you were thinking about going internationally and you were thinking about something maybe along the lines of spring break, then you probably want to kind of steer away from that because you know that the clientele is going to be a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit busy. And so it's just going to really have an effect on how much you might be able to do or how crowded the area might be. So definitely want to kind of keep that in mind. Oops, something's in my eye. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, so what have you seen to be the most cost efficient destinations during the pandemic? And that can be like internationally or domestic.
Cost efficient. Okay, so you always want to try to go somewhere where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. So, for instance, I think about all inclusives because I can get an all over round experience. So when I think about all inclusive, I think about, Mexico, Cancun, Cabo, Punta Cana has been really hot, Montego Bay. Those are just some of those immediate go-to locations during this time. And then if you're thinking about domestically, where there's been quite a bit of travel during these COVID times to Miami, Florida, to Orlando, to Atlanta, and even the great state of Texas. So just depends on exactly what you're looking for and what your agenda might be.
Okay. Just a quick, what is the advice for those taking advantage of cheaper rates while traveling during the pandemic?
Okay. I would say probably the best way to take advantage of the best rates would be to use a travel agent. Why? It's not that you can't search for flights or hotels or car rentals or even excursions independently, but that travel agent is a specialist in their field. And so they're aware of the CDC guidelines, they're aware of changes as they happen on a dime. And you have that one on one customer service and concierge at your fingertips by using that individual. Those is around my eyes. And so I definitely want to say use a travel agent so that they can do that hunting for you, right? Uh, let's see, what else can I think of? Another better way to travel and to be very conscious about your funding is to have an itinerary, to have an idea of exactly where you want to go, because that way when you get to your destination you don't have to worry about overspending because you already had an idea in mind of where you plan to go and what it was that you wanted to do. Yeah, so I think that that's really important.
Okay, so have you done any traveling during the pandemic?
I have, but I've kept it very, very light. So in my travel, because I do have my son and he's been in school during the spring semester and the fall, and now we've returned again this school year, we haven't necessarily traveled abroad just yet. But we do have two very recent trips that are on the books. One in March, we'll be going to the Riviera Maya, and then we're going to be able to visit Cancun in the very new and not yet open Planet Hollywood Resort. So we're like super, super excited about that at the end of April and being able to share that with my son.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes.
So, for those looking to travel, how can they contact you to use your services?
Okay, so if you're in search of a travel agent, it doesn't matter how big or small the event is, whether or not you're going to be traveling for business or for personal, please allow my company to assist you. I can be reached on Instagram at BW underscore global underscore destinations. Okay, same thing on Facebook. And then I'm also available via phone at 713-592-2517. And my email for itinerary questions or travel inquiries, it's going to be brandy.travelagent, BRANDY, .travelagent, one word, at gmail.com. And I look forward to assisting everyone.
Okay. So this has been a lot of good information for those that are looking to travel. They can really benefit from this. Thank you so much for taking time to be on the Common Sense podcast. We really appreciate you. And you guys look her up if you're looking to book a trip. Get out of town. I know I'd be out of town all the time.
Yes. And thank you all so much for having me on tonight. It was really an honor and a pleasure. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. Okay. That's it.